Hey everyone, and welcome back to Full Moon Tarot 228. I'm Rebecca. I really want to do like a quick PSA, I guess, because I had an experience yesterday that really brought a lot through. So I want to talk real fast about each of us being divinely unique, and that it's for a reason. It has a purpose, it has a design, and so your gifts, talents, and abilities will be different than others. They might be similar to a lot, or they might be very different to a lot. And what you have the ability and capability to do now, tomorrow, a year from now, all of those things that you're coming into are divinely you and exactly what needs to be here. Exactly what needs to be here. There are many, many, many different ways for messages to come through. Some people are very gifted and they're able to really tap into people's energies, even from afar, and just start pulling things. I find that to be very beautiful, but that's not really where I'm at right now. I'm able to channel a lot about the collective, but it's different for me to really fine tune into specific frequencies. This is something that I recognized when I first started to realize that I am a channel and I do channel, but I have not practiced. That's probably the best way to put it. I've not practiced really like tapping into one specific energy. Now, without tools, I'll put it that way, without tools. And that is because I do not receive visions. I do not see things, but I am a visual person. So when I see things, I receive messages. So for me, that is unique for me. Whereas some others, it's unique for them to be able to just tap into energies like that and just start pulling through. Both are beautiful. There's nothing wrong with either one. And so really what was coming through with all of this is the message. This is the message. We don't care how you tap in with us. We just want you to tap in. And I found that to be very beautiful because that again goes with everybody's unique design and how they receive and perceive. And also their unique capabilities. They're beautiful gifts. They're beautiful gifts that are here for everyone else. Everyone else. So I really just wanted to put this out there because I don't want anyone to feel like because they can't do what someone else can do, that they're not good enough or that they're not doing something right. That's not correct at all. How you are tapping in to higher frequencies, to your higher self, to source, is unique to you, and it does not matter what it looks like. That's part of the, we're getting caught up on the judgments, right? So it doesn't really matter what it looks like. So for me, I'm visual. I love using cards. This is something that's also very past life oriented for me. I was a reader in other lifetimes, and using cards wasn't just in the past. It wasn't because I needed it. It was because others needed it. So I enjoyed doing it that way. But now, because of my experience in this lifetime and the density that I was born into, I didn't have any understandings of any spiritual anything. Like I didn't go to church. Nothing, didn't know God, didn't believe in God, source, whatever you want to call it. I didn't know. So I've always been very open and receiving from source, but it didn't make sense for what was in my reality at all, because there was no spirituality. There was none of that. It wasn't like we were, there was not really love in the household, but there wasn't just full hate. So it was not, I had a nice upbringing, very human, but my soul needed more. I'll put it that way. And so I just shut down. I shut all of my gifts and abilities down because it just didn't make sense. And everything that I was receiving was hitting resistance, creating contrast. And I was too young and it just hurt. So I stopped. I just shut it all down. And so right now I'm on a journey. I looked up at 444. Right now I'm on a journey of just acquainting myself to these things that I'm already doing, but just have a lot of buffer around, because for a while I was not able to experience it and function at the same time. So now I'm really working on honing those capabilities. So like I used to have all kinds of dreams, and then I stopped dreaming for like 20 years. I would get random ones here and there, but now it's becoming more regular that I'm having these dreams, and it's not prophetic. The prophetic ones come once in a blue moon, and those would be the ones that I get. But it's opening up my remembrance, my body's remembrance, the mind's remembrance, the soul, the muscle memory in there. It's coming back. That the right brain is just as powerful as the left brain. I'm very left-brained because of my experiences. So I'm working on coming into the shift of alignment for both. I don't see myself really fully blowing into the right brain, because I really do enjoy the left brain aspect. So I'm just trying to find a balance. But I really have to tap into the right brain. And so I'm having to find different ways to do that. And I really just want this to be out there, that anything that you're doing right now to tap in and be more unconditional love in every moment is right for you. It is on point. There's nothing wrong with it. And I don't want you to compare or contrast to anyone. I do this without trying, and often have to try to stop, because I see myself, and I'll see myself doing this. And I think I mentioned this in a reading before too, where I just see myself kind of like, so there will be times where I'm looking at others and feeling like I'm very far behind. And then there will be times where I recognize that I've been receiving stuff for a few years that people are just now beginning to work through. And there's beauty in all of it. There really is, because as one's working through one and one's working through another, and it kind of just like, eventually you end up helping each other get through these things. So there is a reason for it. Nobody is farther or further behind, or ahead or anything like that. It's just, you're exactly where you need to be in all moments, as you're writing your script in the moment. So yeah, I just really wanted to get this out there, that it does not matter how you're tapping in, okay? And I don't want what somebody else says to make you feel less or like you don't tap in. You just have a different way of doing it, and that's beautiful. It's good, because the way you do it will provide information and a frequency that maybe another cannot. And that is the reasoning for it. So keep pushing out there what you're receiving, like whatever impulses you're getting to do it. A lot of these tools, I love the cards, I love the crystals. The crystals talk to me, like rocks in my backyard talk to me. So yeah, I love crystals. They're beautiful. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I know that I've a few years ago came across an article that talked about how crystals are just a scam and they're a hoax. You don't need them for your spiritual journey, and you don't need any of this stuff. You don't need the Bible. You don't need any of it. You just need what's coming from within. But if you're so clouded by judgments or caught in constructs that are not who you are, using tools are wonderful permission slips to getting closer to who you are. And that is the beauty of it. And you're here to play. You're here to play and have fun and follow the excitements that you have. So if you're excited about cards or crystals, don't let somebody else's judgment or their ability to do this stuff without it be the reason why you stop, because this could be past life oriented, and it could really be pulling you into a very, very deep and prominent expression that's trying to come through, but it's been blocked by all these constructs. And yeah, it's really it's important to follow your excitements, no matter what judgments others may have on them, because of where it will take you. Okay, so yeah, I'll leave that at that. It was 9:49 when I looked up at the clock, so I'll leave it at that. And I trust that you guys will continue to trust yourselves, trust your heart, and listen to the excitements. What's exciting to you? And follow it. Follow the excitements, because especially if you're working on manifesting, or if you are playing with law of attraction, or you have some understandings of it, sit down. You don't have to meditate. You don't have to meditate. I don't. I'm working on that. I have physical challenges to sitting up because of scoliosis, and laying down, I just fall asleep. So I have challenges to meditating in a still state. But I do it when I'm walking. I put myself in that state when I'm walking. So you can put yourself in that state when you're writing and talking. You can talk to yourself. You can record yourself talking to yourself. And I highly recommend that, because it'll be interesting, the things that start to come through. You'll be able to hear what is resonant and what is dissonant as it comes out of your mouth. And you're able to adjust it very quickly afterwards. So yeah, if you're playing around with law of attraction and manifesting, and you get yourself into those flow states and that frequency that you can feel what it is that you really want to bring forth, that's when you let it go, and then you just feel for those same vibrations throughout your day. You feel for the same vibrations that your vision holds, and you follow them no matter what they look like. No judgments there, because it'll lead you on to the next thing. Serendipity is probably the most beautiful thing in the world, where you start on one path and then you're slingshotted in another direction that you never had any expectation for. And it's exactly what you always needed but never knew even existed, so you didn't know you needed it. So definitely, if you're working with law of attraction, feeling into these vibrations and then following them after you have fully embodied what that vibration is will bring you closer to that. But it's all beautiful. All of it. The way you're doing it is beautiful, and you will come to the things that you are to come to. Your path is not somebody else's path. So just remember that. Just remember that. And remember that you are loved and honored in every moment. In every moment. And if you're feeling stuck, or like you're getting sucked into an experience, especially the emotions of it, take the time to take a breath and internally ask, what is happening? Why is this happening? Don't do it in a victim state, but why is this happening? And then open to listen, open to receive, because there will be explanations there as to why something is happening, which is actually what happened for me last night when I had this experience about, I love using cards, and other people don't use them. They don't need them, and that's fine. It's fine. It's all beautiful. So whatever tools you're using, whatever permission slips, whether it's the Bible, whether it's another religion, whether it's science, because I use science too. Whatever it is that is helping you tap in, keep going, keep doing it. It doesn't matter. That is what's spiritual. Whatever is helping you continue to just let go, that is what's spiritual. It doesn't really matter what it looks like, or the other judgments, or whatever anybody else is judging you for, they're actually judging themselves for. So allow them to continue to do that, and you step away from their own judgments, and you continue moving on your own path. All right, so much love and light to you all, and I will see y'all soon.